what's up, True Team? I'm in a process of getting ready to have a night out tonight with the girls, okay? And I just happen to like be closing out everything, and then all of a sudden, I get a post to my inbox saying that Durk filed a new motion. Now I didn't even know he filed one. I probably was gonna get the alert tomorrow because it's so late in the day. But shout out to Megan Cuffniff because that's who actually dropped it on social media first, as far as I know. But I had to go in and get it so I can read it for myself in its entirety. So due to time, I'm gonna get into it, and we're just gonna do it old school Truth Team style, or we skim through the paperwork and we break it down. So with that being said, let's get into it.
We have Mickey Truth.
Who is this? You got Mickey Truth kicked out.
Shout out Mickey.
Let's get one thing clear. This your girl, Mickey Truth. So if we start here, as you can see, this was filed by defendant Durk Banks. It's a motion to dismiss superseding indictment based on false and or misleading grand jury evidence. Okay? Yeah. So I guess this will be spoken on June 2nd, 2025, because it's damn sure not June yet. Okay. Now I found a good spot to start at because we're not going through the table of contents. I'm pretty sure, you know, Sadie Nash is going to read it, but let's start with the introduction just to get into like what they're going to be talking about, okay? So it said the government presented false evidence to the grand jury that indicted Mr. Banks on November 7th, 2025. The plain language of the superseding indictment makes it apparent that the government told the grand jury that Mr. Banks, through specific lyrics in his music, celebrated and profited from the revenge murder that he had ordered, namely that of SR in August 2022. That claim is demonstratively false. The song the government relied on upon evidence against Mr. Banks, Wonderful Wayne and Jackie Boy, a song that was recorded by another artist, Babyface Ray, and on which Mr. Banks recorded a feature for, could not have been a commercialization of Mr. Banks' alleged murder for hire of SR as the government represented to the grand jury. It said that is because Mr. Banks recorded the lyrics for Wonderful Wayne 7 months before the incident even happened. The government's misrepresentation in the superseding indictment, whether knowing or reckless, undermines the integrity of the grand jury's true bill against Mr. Banks. The court should dismiss the superseding indictment against him as a result. So they're saying the information provided to the grand jury was tainted because it was incorrect. It wasn't investigated thoroughly. So now, because that's the case and that's what was presented to them, then the true bill, meaning the yes to indict, it shouldn't be valid. Oof. All right, so we're not going to get into the background of all that. We went over that 1,000 times, okay? So we're just going to continue on here. Okay, here we go. We're going to start right here, okay? It says, I'm starting at line 15. Outside of the four corners of the superseding indictment, but important to this court's consideration of this egregiousness of the government's conduct and necessity of the relief contained in this motion. I put the words together. But anyway, the issue of the time of these lyrics was addressed by undersigned defense counsel at Mr. Banks' detention hearing on December 12, 2024. To counter this argument, counsel for the government posted to the court that even if the lyrics themselves were written 7 months prior to the charged conduct, a version of this song was modified that added audio from a news clip of TB, who was QUANDO Rondo, on top of the original song. Following this assertion of the detention hearing, unaware of any such modification attributable to Mr. Banks, undersigned counsel asked the government to provide what they were referring to in an email correspondence. The government replied with videos that appear to be taken from recent open source YouTube searches that were in no way connected to Mr. Banks. What YouTuber they got this ish from? This further complicates what evidence, argument, and instructions the government presented to the grand jury and will be addressed in more specificity below. Oh, all right, here we go. The issue over timing of Mr. Banks' recording of the lyrical verse in question is not one of frivolous or inconsequential value. Shit. Okay. It is quite the opposite. The government's misrepresentations about the creation and meaning of Wonderful Wayne are linchpins of the superseding indictment theory of Mr. Banks' guilt. Indeed, the superseding indictment feature is predominantly basically the attempted murder of TB and the murder of SR. Defendant Banks sought to commercialize all that, blase, blase. We already know that. Okay, they break down into the background of the plot. We already know that. We did the original indictment. Okay, hold on. They breaking down conspirator. The person who is alleged to have offered the bounty, co-conspirator 1, goes unnamed on charge. After King Von's murder, co-conspirator 1 made clear in coded language. Okay, yeah, they just quoting that. Boom, 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 boom. So they're breaking it down. They came back with a superseding indictment, which is when Durk is actually named. Because remember, co-conspirator 1, if you compare the original indictment to the superseding indictment, Durk and co-conspirator 1 is the same person, right? So, all right, so we continue on. Here go the falsehoods. Okay, let's get into it. It says, and I may be talking a little fast, I'm sorry, but I'm really trying to get this done because it's breaking news for y'all before I go out. All right. So it says, I'm starting at C right here. For the superseding indictment allegations about the meaning of Banks' lyrics that they describe are SR's killing and reference media about it, Banks will need to have penned them after the August 19, 2022 shooting. Mr. Banks did not, however, write those lines after the shooting. He wrote them 7 months beforehand. Attached as Exhibit 1 to this motion is the declaration of Justin Gibson, the producer and sound engineer who recorded Wonderful Wayne and Jackie Boy, the song where the cited lyrics originally appeared. Gibson recorded Banks' verse, which Banks wrote and recorded simultaneously during his recording session on January 25th, 2022. Gibson uploaded the track at 5:39 p.m. that evening, saved it at 6:33 p.m., and finalized it at 7:21 p.m. Mr. Banks' January 22nd lyrics, therefore, could not have been about SR's homicide in August 2022. And unless the government is prosecuting Banks on a theory of extrasensory shit, what is that? The lyrics could not have soundly informed the grand jury finding a probable cause. Oh, that makes sense. And remember, what is it? DJ Bands? I believe DJ Bands may be Justin Gibson, may not be. But I remember DJ Bands did come out and say it was recorded prior, so that's what made me think it's him. So again, I don't know if that's his real name or not. Now, let's keep going. Attached as Exhibit 2 is the declaration of Amin Sharif, the founder and CEO of UR World Music. Mr. Sharif works as music producer and audio engineer for artists including Babyface Ray and Mr. Banks. Mr. Sharif attests that he received Mr. Banks' verse and lyrics for Wonderful Wayne and Jackie Boy from Mr. Gibson on July 22nd, 2022. After that date, he received no additional lyrics or modifications to the original lyrics from Mr. Banks or anyone else in his count. Therefore, on August 23rd, 2022, Mr. Sharif incorporated Mr. Banks' verse into the track and finalized the track on his end. Additionally, Mr. Sharif has reviewed the open source YouTube links with an S that were provided through email correspondence by the government as examples of videos they reference in the detention hearing and can confirm that the audio and video clips featuring audio of an individual yelling no reportedly from news clips are not from the original recording. He identified those clips to be fan edits for social media platforms and are altered, fabricated, and authentic versions of the original song. The original authentic version of the song, Mr. Sharif confirms, does not contain these manipulated elements. He attests that creating altered audio edits is easy to do through social media platforms, and such practices often result in misinformation and misrepresentation of original pieces of music and art. And y'all remember we actually listened to the song from Durk's from the platform, and we didn't hear. Remember, I was like, yeah, I don't hear it. So that Now let's go to the argument. The argument meaning why they said this shit need to get thrown out, okay? Superseding indictment is not sustainable against Mr. Banks in the face of the fundamental factual error upon which the grand jury relied. Such an error requires dismissal of an indictment under the following circumstances. First, where the grand jury returned an indictment based on the government's knowing presentation of a falsehood. Second, where the falsehood, if unwittingly presented to the grand jury, is such a character that is later to serve demands redress. Woo! All right, let me go down some. Let me see. Mr. Banks does not take lightly the request that he is making of this court. Dismissal in all cases as a drastic step and thus generally disfavored. Okay, and it gives some, case law. That is especially so when a defendant challenges the nature of the evidence that the government presented to induce an indictment. They better stay off YouTube. YouTube be staring them around. I guess they say, hell, we got O-Block, off social media. Let's try to get dirt. It says, however, court intervention is necessary in cases like this to ensure that a charging decision is the product of the grand jury's own unbiased and untainted judgment. The grand jury's independence and integrity are deeply rooted in our Constitution. All right, let's see. Let's see. Do they give us some YouTube links? State above, just know. Hold on, we already got that. They already said why they should dismiss it. Don't see no YouTube links yet. We're just coming through. They're just going back over a lot of the stuff. Here we go. All right, here we go. So this is August 14, 2023. This YouTube link, open link. Thank you. OTF edits. So this is supposed to be OTF Instagram for D unblock O-Block 300. All right, let's see are they saying about that one. It says the YouTube profile page associated with OTF edit contains a description for the profile that states follow my Instagram. The corresponding Instagram D O-Block identifies the account as a fan page for King Von. It's crazy. I don't know what that was. So that's a fan page. Then it gives my mixtape. It appears to be a blend of at least two videos together, including TMZ video clip of TB and screaming. So let's open this link. My mixtape. All right, so that's two so far. Let's see. They said they are fan pages. Boom. All right. So basically, in a nutshell, it sounds like the government whole case is YouTube and YouTube theories, because I'm pretty sure they follow people pages that came up with their theories and try to put it together in the case. My unwanted opinion is definitely, I feel like as legal representation, even if you see something on YouTube, you need to still investigate it. Stop trying to piece ish together from a YouTube standpoint. It may be accurate, but you have to have some other sources. If they just went there with YouTube, that's crazy. But with that being said, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend to pull up on your girl Make It Truth. Catch you on next one. Y'all be safe this weekend. And like I said throughout the video, that's my opinion. And if you don't like it, guess what? I'm like, fuck you. Hold on, wait, before I go, y'all make sure y'all tap in with me to book your slot. A lot of y'all be hitting me up on Instagram and the email wanting to just talk about content, whether you're an up-and-coming content creator or somebody just got questions about cases or whatever. Book your consultation with me now. The information is on the screen. Hey, make sure you get your slot, because my slots be filling up fast. This is the weakest. Give a fuck about what they scream. Holla! I
Shout out Mickey. Mickey, you gonna be big. Like,
yeah, I'm trying to conquer the world, coming from where I come from. Hey, this your girl Mickey Truth, #1 blogger in South Carolina. #1 blogger in South Carolina.